This is a very unusual stick stand or umbrella stand. It's not a piece of campaign furniture, but it does fold. And let's just remove this walking stick so that you can see it a little bit better. And why you would need a stick stand or umbrella stand for folds, we can only really guess. But the important thing is, it's a wonderful piece of design. It's a lovely bit of engineering, and it's been very well made. So you have got your upright, which you would fix to your wall, and then you've got this ring to the top, which holds your sticks, and you've got this little bucket at the bottom, which will catch any drips. But when you're not using it as a space saver, perhaps in a narrow corridor, you lift up this support bar and down it folds. Now we can guess as to why this might have been needed. Perhaps it was used in a gentleman's club where they might have a number of these, and they would fold them down when not in use, just so that it made it easier for members to walk past. Or perhaps it was in a restaurant or in a domestic house in a narrow corridor, and if you needed to move a piece of furniture in and out of a corridor or whatever, you could just drop it down. Perhaps it's just a whimsical piece of design. I can make one which can fold, so why not? And if we look at it a little bit closer, I'll show you how it works. So basically, on this brass angled support bar, which has got this nice turning by way of decoration, you've got a stepped foot. And underneath this brass plate, where the mahogany has been cut out to allow it to slide, you've got a step. So the stepped foot sits into the step. When you lift it up out of the step, it will then fold down nice and neatly and dramatically reduces its step. So let's have a little bit of a closer look at how it's made. Well, this mahogany ring is cut with a simple mold to the interior, and you've got these two brass cross members just to divide your sticks and separate them. And because the construction of this ring is naturally going to be weaker, you've got this brass ring all the way around the edge, which actually also adds to the decoration and the look of the piece. Ties in nicely with the brass plate here for the movement, the brass angled arm with the scroll bottom, and this really nice, well engineered brass hinge section here to allow the ring to drop. The backboard, or the upright, is also cut with a very simple moulding to it, and you've got this little Tolware painted tin bucket to the bottom to catch any drips. Now, it looks pretty good to me. There's a chance it might not be original, but it might be replaced, but I don't know. I think it's pretty good. And that's also got underneath here, I don't know if you can see that, a little right angle piece of brass which it just sits on, just to give it a little bit of extra support. You've got a screw hole to the bottom here, screw hole to the top to fix it to the wall. Now, I said earlier, perhaps it was used in a gentleman's club, and there might have been more than one of these. Well, if we look at the back, it's actually stamped number 6. Now, that could just be a model number, or it could mean that it was at least one of 6 made for a specific place. We can only guess and theorize about that. But it's made of mahogany and brass. It's going to be around about 1900 in date. I think you'll find it very difficult to find another one, even if there might have been 6 or more originally. But more than that, it's just a wonderful piece of design. The concept of making a stick stand which will fold flat as a space saver, and the way it's been done, which is relatively simple, but really stands out for the combination of the mahogany and brass, which is always a great look. I mean, you do see that on campaign furniture. Mahogany and brass, or teak and brass, it's a great look. The contrast of the colours looks fantastic. And if you need a stick stand in your hallway to keep your umbrellas or walking sticks, well, I think you might find it difficult to find a more interesting one than this. Around about 1900 in date, made of mahogany and brass. And you can see it on our website.